Hey everybody, it's Chris Lote here. In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to create a Menorah animation on the app Keynote. And I'm going to just quickly show you what this is going to look like. When I hit play, we've got the lighting of the candles and then the flickering of the candles. Fairly simple animation, but there's a number of steps to be able to create this. I'm going to hop out of this animation, or out of the slide deck rather. And to do this, I'm going to go up to the File menu and create a new slide deck on Keynote, Basic White. When my basic white background, I'm going to just click the text box and hit delete. So now that I've deleted the text boxes, the first thing I want to do is to go and get a picture of the menorah. I've pasted it onto my clipboard, so I've got it all ready to go here. So your students can go and find a picture of a menorah and then drag and drop it into the onto this first slide. Now you'll notice we've got the lights or the candles already lit on here, and what I did was I covered them up with a white square and then made that white square dissolve. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just take a screenshot of the slide itself, and I'm going to make it a little bit larger than the size of the flame. And so there, I've made my screenshot. It appears here. I'm just going to drag it and put it onto the slide. So it's a little bit smaller. I want to make that a bit bigger. And of course, it's a little bit hard to see. But as you can see, when we put it over top of the flame, it actually, of course, makes it disappear. Now, I'm going to do one right here. Now, I'm going to actually animate this to make it dissolve. So I've highlighted my square, or my rectangle rather. I go up to the top corner, click animate. I want to build out. Build out is another word for to make it disappear. So I build out and then click on add an effect, and then I just simply want dissolve. And you watch that dissolves, and of course it comes back, but you can preview it to see what it looks like when it actually happens. Now, I've added the animation, and now what I can do is I can copy this rectangle and place it over top of all of the other flames, and it will also copy that animation. So I'm going to copy that, paste it, and now I'm going to just start adding it to over top of all of the other flames. So I now have all of my 9 flames covered, and now I want to, if I click play, I have to press the space bar every single time I want those boxes or those squares to disappear and have the candle look like it got lit. I want this to happen automatically without having to click it. So to do that, we go down here to the very bottom. So we're still in the animation tab here. I'm going to click on build order. And the build order is actually going to be the series of animations that happen in sequence and in order. You can see that this first build order, number 1, is going to be for this rectangle. If I click on the second build order, it's going to be for this rectangle. But you'll notice here, build 2 will only start on a click. But I don't want that. I don't want to have to click. I want it to happen automatically. So I put in after build 1. And I can have a slight delay if I want. We can do maybe 0.1 or 0.2 seconds. We'll leave it at 0.1. Then I click on build 3, and I want that to happen after build 2. Again, a slight delay. And then we go down the list and just have them occur after each of the builds with a slight delay. And once I've done that, now I can hit preview, and let's see what it looks like. There we go. So that's the first part of the animation, is the lighting of all of the candles. The second part is I want to do the little animation of having the lights flicker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and click on the slide, and then I'm going to duplicate it. It also duplicates all of these animations. And in fact, I want to remove all of those animations. So I just simply want these lights to be covered up because you'll see why in a second. So I want to remove all of these animations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on all of these, so I can do shift click all the way down to here. So I hold the shift button down and I click, it will select all of them. And then I can click on this, change, and select none. So I want none of those to happen. So there's no animation of these solid white rectangles. They're not going to dissolve. They're going to stay there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of them, I'm going to move it up here. Actually, I'm going to move it down here so I can see it. I'm going to zoom in a bit. I'm going to take a screenshot of this little flame. So I'm going to do, Shift Command 4 to do a screenshot of the size that I want. And I take a screenshot. There it is down there, and I'm going to drag it back onto my slide. If you miss the screenshot down there, it will end up on your desktop. Now I'm going to move this back up here into place. So now I've got a little flame here. I'm going to put the flame back here on top. The reason I took a screenshot of it is I'm going to animate this. Because it was, of course, attached to the picture of the whole menorah, I wasn't able to animate it individually. So I took a screenshot of it so I can just animate the flame. And one of the actions that's kind of interesting is the jiggle. So if I click on jiggle, it kind of looks like it's flickering a little bit. So we're going to go with that. Now again, I can copy this and I can copy and paste this flame onto all of the other candlesticks, and of course it will actually also copy over the animation. So I click on it, select Command C, Command V to copy, and I'm just going to move it right there. So there I have all 9 of my flames, and if I hit play, and I would then have to press my space bar to have each flame do its little jiggle thing. So I'm going to go into my build order, click on that, and you'll notice, of course, all of these are individually, they're going to all start on a click. So I want it to happen with build 1. So I'm going to have all of these, instead of going after build 1, they're going to all go with build 1. I wonder if I can select all of these, multi-select all of these, and go with the previous build. There we go. So now I've got all of these actually happening at the same time. And so now if I click preview, you'll see they're all jiggling. Now they're all jiggling kind of in the same way, so I can actually have build 2 have a slight delay, and build 3 maybe even a little longer delay, and build 4 maybe just 0.1, no delay there. Then we can go to 0.1 delay for build 6, 0.2 second delay for build 7, 0.1 delay for build 8. Now if I click preview, now they are pretty short, so I can actually select all of these. So I did shift, and I actually used my up arrow to highlight all of those builds. And I can make the duration longer, so I can increase the duration of this. Maybe we'll go up to, I don't know, let's go up to about 10 seconds. And then we can click preview and see what happens. So now they're kind of jiggling. They're going to jiggle for 9.5 seconds in this case. So it does look a little bit like flickering lights on a menorah. So then I'm going to go back here. Here, I'm going to go back to slide 1. I click play. And when I hit my space bar, all of the lights should start to appear. So the middle one is first, and then they go from left to right. And now I can I have to click my space bar to go to the next slide, and then you can see that they are now jiggling little candle. One of the nice features of Keynote is when you go to export it, we can export this as a movie, and I'm clicking on my file menu up here at the top. Yeah, I know you can't see it, but it is the file menu, and I'm going to go down to export to and select movie. This little dialog box pops up. You have to make a couple of adjustments here. Go to the next slide. I want 0 seconds. I don't want any waiting in between. I don't want any waiting in between all of the builds. So these are going to happen automatically. It is a self-playing one. I'm playing all of the slides. Let's keep the resolution down a little bit. We don't need a massively large movie in terms of memory. And then I can hit save. And what do I want to save it? Let's go with Menorah animation. Oops. This is Menorah, and this is the second time I've done it, so we're going to call it number 2. I'm going to click export, and I'm saving on my desktop. So it creates the movie animation. I'm going to have a look at my desktop. There's Menorah animation 2. There's the movie. When I click the play button, you can see it happens automatically without having to click anything on my keyboard. So all the candles get lit, and then they start to flicker. There you have it. The Menorah animation to celebrate Hanukkah. Take care and have a great day.